This is Brave Talk, and I'm Lennon Thompson.
I'm Dirk Green.
And I'm Sharon Brannon.
Interims went out last week, so we only have a few weeks to get those grades where you want them to be, so remember to work hard.
Last day of school before Christmas break is Thursday, December 21st.
And the week before break, we have Spirit Week. Monday is Color Wars. Tuesday is Pajama Day. Wednesday is Christmas hats, headbands, and socks. Thursday is Ugly Christmas Sweater. And remember, all spirit wear has to be school appropriate.
Basketball, swim, and bowling are all having games and matches. Check out our athletic website for days and times and come out and support our athletes. Today
we have some senior swimmers with us to talk about the 2023-2024 swim season. Welcome, guys. Tell our listeners a little bit about yourselves.
My name's Keegan, and I've been swimming since I was 8, so that'd be 10 years, I think. So, a long time.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
My name is Sam, and this is my first year swimming.
My name's Dirk Green, and I've been swimming since freshman year, so 3 years going on 4.
Sam, this is your first year. What made you join the team?
My brother did it for the past 3 years, and he went to state 1 year, and I figured I should probably carry on the legacy, so I joined.
And what about you Keegan and Dirk?
First off, Keegan bribed me into it freshman year. I don't know how he did it. I'm not much of a swimmer, and I drown a lot better than I swim.
What can I say?
So, thanks, Keegan.
And it goes for me. I just been doing it a long time. I've had some long set goals I've had for myself since I was like I said, 8. So, and I just put myself on the map freshman year and just trying to go with the other seniors and trying to do good ever since then. So,
what is your guys' favorite distances to swim?
For me, it's definitely the 50 because you get it done fast.
For me, it'd probably be the 100 breaststroke.
For me, what event would probably be my favorite would probably be whatever they want me to do. I like just to whatever they call me to do. I think is the best, but probably
200 meter.
200 is not bad, but I'd probably say the 100 or the 50. Like Sam says, the 50 is easy just to get in and get out. I mean, it sucks, but it's kind of like a sprint. So you're in and out, you're dead, but it works. So
I feel like the 200 meter would wear my arms out.
Yes, because it's all distance, but also sprint. So you just got to get out there and sprint for about 2 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It's just like the 400 for track, 400 and 800.
More so 800 because the 800 these days it's like a sprint. So it's crazy going out there and sprinting, but also distance yourself. So it's hard.
What's attributes, or what kind of attributes do you have to be able to swim?
There's a lot of factors that go into it between nutrition, training, and overall just mindset when it goes into the pool. Some days you don't want to go in there and want to swim, but you have to go in there and have that overall just horse mindset, get in, get out, every day, not wanting to give up, even though, trust me, I wanted to not be there sometimes, but you have to go in there, and I had the feeling of if my arms aren't falling off, then I'm not doing enough. So it sucks, but going in there and understanding that just to get a job done, because sometimes what it comes down to, because when you don't have that motivation, it comes down to discipline, and discipline beats motivation every time. So
I've talked to Dirk about this, about shaving for swimming.
Oh yeah, that comes more down in the season, like lower in the season when you got like districts and MSL. But for now, if the most drag is the best because it makes your work more. Actually, it's what we did last night.
What do you think shaving does for you? Like, he told me that it makes you feel faster.
It makes you feel faster, let alone actually, like, I guess you'd say half a second, maybe a whole second. I mean, it comes down to those very small factors that come down to how you're going to do in districts and MSL. So,
what's your favorite swim stroke?
Growing up, it was free, but now that I'm obviously older now and I'm stronger, so I can do fly. Fly's pretty fun. I mean, it's killer. I mean, it sucks, but going out there and being able to do something that most people are not able to do, it's a little bit of a brag for yourself. Not that I would ever brag about it, but you have to be a workhorse to be able to do fly. I mean, if you ask Dirk, it's killer, man. I mean, it sucks. Now with breaststroke, I understand why it's the best. I mean, it's with any other stroke, fly, yes, it's all about technique. But when it comes down to breast, you have to have everything down. Like I mean, like LT with football, I mean, you got to have. I feel like you can anyone. I'm not anyone can go out there and run, but with breaststroke, you got to have everything. You have to have your stroke count down. Your kick has to be just right, and the way you have to go through the water takes so much. Even comes down to the flip turn. I mean, and not even the flip turn's the same. You do 2-hand touch. Fling your elbow, fling your arm over. It's weird.
And then you got to go through the water, and you got to do a pull down, and
it's weird. Like if you want to be good, it comes down to the smallest factors. It literally comes down to every second. So it's weird.
What's the difference between an event and a swim stroke?
I guess there's only 4 strokes, which is freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly. Versus the event is what you swim. I think there's 50 meter, 100 meter, 200 meter, and 500 meter freestyle. 200 IM with the medley. What else is there? There's 100 breast, 100 fly, 100 back.
Yeah, there's the 50, the 100, the 200, the 500, and then once you get into college, it's like a mile, which is crazy. But we only go up to 500 meters and swim. And then you get into those relays, which is you have your medley, and then you have your 4x1 and then 4x50s. So that's really it with events. It's kind of a weird question. It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, it's kind of like in football. It's like what's the difference between practice and game? I guess you'd say. Yeah. So I don't know like what the question really meant, but that's all I can answer it with.
What's your guys' favorite event that you've done?
It's gotta be. Probably my favorite is the 50 free and 100 breast. Sam?
For me, it's probably the 4x50, just because it's one of the, like I said, 50 is my favorite event, my favorite distance to swim. The 4x50 is kind of just getting in there with the team. It's pretty hype, and I don't know, it's just really fun.
Mine would probably be the medley. The medley is where you start off with back, breast, fly free, right? I think that's
yeah.
I don't know why I didn't remember that. Me, like I said, I do fly, but you're with all your guys. It's a pretty it's the first event of the meet, so you start off it's chaotic, but it's I don't know, it's a really good event. It's like just being with your guys, having fun, and then just like going out there and just trying your hardest. So
yeah,
it's kind of like that.
I gotta second that. I think medley is the best.
The family feel, I guess you would say, it's kind of like I feel like LC can even say like when you're walking out to the field about to start the game, you with all your guys, you're hyped up.
Yeah,
that's literally what it feels like.
Stretching before.
That's what I'm saying. Like just that feeling of you're about to go absolutely kill your body for a sport. It feels good, but it's scary at the same time.
Okay, who swims the medley?
The who swims the medley would be Will, Dirk, me, and Dane. And the order it would be Will goes out first, and then it will be Dirk, me, and then Dane finishes off with the free. So
is that because like you guys are like the fastest or the most experienced? Like what would that go by?
I mean, it's all the above. We are the fastest, the most experienced on the team, and probably the older, except Dane. He's kind of young, but I mean, you got to take what you want. I mean,
whatever it takes to win.
Exactly. So,
Speaking of Will, we just had someone go grab him from class. He usually leaves early. So can you tell us about yourselves, what got you into swimming, and how long you've been doing it for?
Yeah, I've been doing swimming for about 3 years now. I joined sophomore year. I mean, my sophomore year, they only had 3 guys, and they needed a spare. So, I mean, I got asked and tried it, had a lot of fun with it, and I've just continued with it. I think I'm really the only guy who does backstroke specifically. All the other guys, I call them weird because they don't do backstroke. They hate it. And
I see where I'm going.
So, I mean, I'm just the guy thrown into it. And it's like, I think you guys were talking about like medley or whatever. Because of that, I've just gotten thrown on first and have to lead off with that doing backstroke.
Yeah.
It could be extra hard because in a situation like that with Will, he's being thrown into imagine this. We got 258 swimmers at Athens, and we're like the second to last heat, and he has to swim against, we got D1 schools going up, and we're like a D3 school from the middle of a cornfield, so it's hard. It's tough. But with his situation, if he messes up, it sets the scale for the rest of the relay.
Yeah.
So it's all on him. And sometimes, we do mess up. Me included. Sometimes my turn will be bad, but with Will, it definitely depends on him. And it kind of sucks because literally you're like, don't mess up. Don't screw up, because if you do, it seriously will mess up the entire. I don't know. It kind of reflects on the entire relay, because I don't know. It can just be hard. So it's a lot of pressure on Will. So I give him tons of credit on that. So
Yeah.
During your swim season, what's your guys' diet like?
A lot.
Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, I'm terrible about what the stuff I eat specifically, but as long as it's something, it's fine for me.
I love this question. Recently, we had a nutritionist come in to the school and talk about food. And recently, I've definitely been trying to eat better. I'll get a lot of carbs in, and in the morning, I'll get oatmeal, peanut butter, and bananas, and mix it all together. It looks like slop sometimes,
No, it's
but
good.
it
Good.
slaps. Let me tell you that.
Sounds
It is so good for you. And honestly, just a lot of processed food is not good for you, and just fast food is the worst sometimes, especially for that, because it's not giving you what you need. And I've seen a definite progress in how I see my athletic performance and how I eat, and I've been trying to eat the best I can, and I can see it. So just honestly getting in those carbs, those carbohydrates, protein, just trying to get all the food in, and definitely get sodium in too, because with the amount of cardio we're doing, we're sweating. You wouldn't even know it. Even in the water, you sweat. It doesn't feel like it, but a lot of people cramp up, and me included.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Trust me. You just got to eat. You just got to eat a lot. So.
Do you guys plan on going to college for swimming?
I am not nearly good enough for that.
I think really the only two that can would be Will and Keegan.
I don't even think I'd throw Keegan in that camp. I mean, I'd not. Keegan's insane. I think even,
yeah, true.
even he didn't really flex it, but in Pickaway Y, he's got a record up there for the junior camp.
Yeah,
which is still
he's had-
in general just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that kid's had gills since he was 8. So
No, you're doing too much, but no. I want to. It's just you got to find the opportunity. I mean, me, I don't think I'm good, because comparison is obviously hard. I feel like with any sport, with LT, you probably compare yourself to. We're a D3 school, but you got to compare yourself to other people. That play football, right? It can be hard, but I compare myself too much sometimes, and it can honestly bring me down. I just got to remember that I got to be happy with my performance, and self-improvement is the best improvement sometimes. And just, I don't know. Yes, I want to swim in college, but I just got to push it more, I guess you'd say. The job's not finished, so.
Well, what college is the best for swimming though?
Yeah.
That's such a hard question. What's the best for football?
Ohio State D1.
What?
Gotta go D1.
But I could obviously say, Michigan or something. You know what I'm saying?
But wrestling, Nebraska is the best.
It matters by the program, though. It matters by the people that are involved. It matters by the coach. You could say, I want to go Alabama football. You know what I'm saying? Football out there is crazy.
you could say that,
if you don't play football in Alabama, what are you doing? You don't see any people swimming in Alabama.
If you could pick a college, where would you go for swimming?
Me preferably. If I was obviously, I'm not on a D1 scale level. I'm just not. I've never had that in mind. It's kind of not good. But D3 preferably. I like D3 because it helps with your. They're worried about your schooling, but also your future.
Yeah.
With your schooling and sport. They'll help you out along with that. But right now I'm looking at a few schools, but I'm not going to say too much right now because obviously it's not about me. But obviously, I don't know. You got to pick the right program, the right school, the right coaches, and just honestly what feels good to you, you know?
Yeah.
So if you don't go to school for swim, what do you want to go to school for?
Is this a question for me? Is that okay? Preferably probably track too. I love track. I've thought about some schools too. Track's one of those. It's good, but right now I think we're talking about swimming, but track would definitely be my second option.
Yeah.
What are you going to go to college for?
Probably psychology, maybe something in that kind of range or something like that. I don't know. I like talking and I like talking to people. I preferably think I'm a deep person. I like to.
You're really good at this. So.
I would love to do a podcast, by the way. I love doing this kind of stuff, but I'm not in any position to afford any of this stuff. But that's crazy. I love this stuff.
Yeah, I think me personally, I'm planning on majoring in biochemistry or something. I'm hoping to go to Miami.
What does that include?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, I've been talking to, if you know Jude Shaw, he's a genius.
Yeah,
Ohio
he is.
State. He told me about his chemistry career, which I was originally planning on doing, but they told me it's a lot of calculus. So I said, no thanks.
Heck
And
no, dude.
Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking biochemistry. It's a lot more like not calculus. So it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, for me, civil engineering or engineering of some kind, I want to do civil or engineering at the very least. I'm very into like math and sciences, but I'm also just ranging. I like a lot of things of just diving into whatever I possibly can. And if I could do something with engineering and try and create something with engineering, that is the most ideal thing I could possibly do.
I gotcha.
What is civil engineering?
So, I mean, what it commonly is more like when you think of like building bridges, building infrastructure and stuff like that. More specifically of what I want to do, I mean, I'm a nerd in like roller coasters and stuff like that. I would enjoy greatly of like going in and designing and building. Because it's just kind of random, but it's like engineering. I can be creative with engineering.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'd like to become a pilot. I don't know if I'd fly airplanes or helicopters yet, but if I do, I'd like to go through the military because I know the military will cover a lot of my schooling, if not all of it. That's it.
Sam, are you wanting to do something in the Army or the ROTC?
Yeah, I did get offered an ROTC scholarship to Miami, which is like, yeah, it's through the Army. It's kind of like what Dirk's saying about how the military will like pay for
I
it.
didn't even know you can get a scholarship for that. How does that work?
Yeah.
How did you get the scholarship?
Dude, it was a whole thing. Like, I had to go through It's like this whole thing on the website. I had to go through interviews with like these officers and stuff. I had to do a PT test. It's like a whole crazy thing. But in the end, it's basically like you go to college for 4 years, you get it completely paid for, and afterwards you commission as an officer, which is like, I mean, you could enlist right out of high school and something, and then get it paid for like that. But this route, you know, officers make close to 2 times as much as an enlisted person.
And
So-
you look good too. In a uniform,
That-
you know what I'm
that is
saying?
true. That
Officers'
is true.
uniform always looked better.
Yeah. So, you know, that's always an added benefit.
I didn't even know that was a possible thing. I mean, usually, I don't know. Usually, the government wants you just like for the work, but I've never seen the government go out and look for people for scholarship. That's actually really interesting. I didn't even know that. So
Yeah.
it's actually cool.
Do you think that they would do that for me to become a warrant officer? Like,
Warrant officer. Are you talking? You're talking about like being a pilot and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's like once you get out of ROTC, you're getting in your last year. You get to choose what branch you go into, which is kind of like your specialty. It's like infantry, armor, all that, and one of them is aviation, which is if you go Army, that would specifically be helicopters, because any planes and stuff that's under the Air Force, and you could get an Air Force scholarship. But if you want to do Army like me, that would be helicopters only. And also, Keegan, this is something interesting. When we were at OU, the OU swim meet, I noticed on the walls they had the Army ROTC flag hung up there. There's something called the Ranger Challenge, which is like a competition among all the schools where they kind of try to see who's the best, I guess. And that was actually where it was one year. It's like it's like a huge thing, and it was in that same pool we were in.
Oh,
So-
is it running, swimming, or how's that work?
It's just like a bunch of different practical challenges, I guess. I know
Ooh,
it's like swimming, you have to do rappelling, all that stuff. And
my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. And part of it is in that pool. Like that's where they train and stuff. It's pretty cool stuff.
So to wrap the podcast up, we have a couple more questions. What has been your guys' most memorable memory?
The best one, I mean, it's a lot of fun to like hang out with everybody, just like on the deck or up in the stands, depending on where we are. Because it's like, yes, we're swimming, yes, we're competing, but it's also we do have a good bit of downtime. So it honestly is kind of fun to like sort of hang around, mess around, talk a little bit. But like once we have to get ready to go, we're off and running to go do our event, go do well. Even like cheering with Flirt, like not swimming, we'll go behind the pool during on the turn side. Just cheer people on and let them know how they're doing and try and get them to go faster. Basically just screaming at them, just keep going, don't stop, go harder. just go faster, get a better time.
I think I can't really narrow it down to just one, but I thought of three. I guess my first one would be during the downtime at meets is just when you can go mess around and go to the locker rooms or cheer on teammates. Like,
solid point. When you meet
Yeah.
people from like Cincinnati, I mean, we met some random guy
some guy from
on the deck. Started taking a shower with him. I mean, it sounds
I mean-
weird, but you're clothed guys. But you know what I'm saying? You go from
we had
not even
clothes
know-
on.
Yeah, not even knowing these people to sharing memories with them you never even expected to be sharing
like
with them.
cheering on Parker Bennett, like one of the first
Yeah,
times
I
he
actually-
swam the 500. We're like,
I about to
"Give me
say,
a pee."
I have a good memory from that. We were at a relay, and I think it was a 100. By the way, these are like very new swimmers. It was their first year, and yes, and they were swimming, and you're supposed to do a 100, and he's only did a 50 so far, but he didn't know when he jumped over the other one. So there's two people swimming in one lane, but like he jumped over the other person, and they're swimming like almost landing on the other person. I'm like, I don't even know how you do that. Like, and like he pops up out of the water, and he's like, they're like racing each other in their own lane. I'm like, how do you even? And they're wondering how they're even in the same lane. And they're like, I don't. It was the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life. They almost did it again, I think, actually, but it was crazy. But I don't know. That's the thing I love about swim is the family, the culture. We try to keep it there. I mean, there's nothing better than loving the sport, but also loving the team.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get that a lot. I mean, every time I'm there, I want to be there. If I'm not there, I'm thinking about swim. When I'm swimming, I'm loving swim. I mean, it's amazing. Seriously. I mean, biggest thing I can ever say is the swim team's culture is the one thing I look forward to. I mean, that's the thing I strive for in real life. I mean,
Yeah.
the things
Yeah.
you learn as a person and athlete and about yourself is from swim. I mean, mentally, physically, you
Like-
will be the best person from it.
I
mean,
think that swim instills amazing values,
Yes.
especially like family values with people that you're meeting just now and treating them like you would a brother or sister.
exactly. I
Like,
mean, you see people at their lowest, see people at their highest. It's the most amazing thing ever. I mean, I met some of the greatest people. I knew Dirk before. I knew Dirk before swim, but I mean, I know him even better as a person, as a man, as an athlete, and especially Will. I mean, we always knew each other, but now with the swim team, I mean, it's amazing. I see
You
people.
guys get closer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's
I
like
mean,
a brotherhood.
exactly. I mean, I see people through the hallways I never really talked to, and now I'm on the swim team with them. We talk all the time now. I
Yeah.
mean, it's amazing. Just the family values we try to install on the team. So that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of gotta agree. Just like the family, the family relationships. I mean, like I said, I've only been here. This is my first year. I don't have that many memories, but just like first to meet everyone. You know, no one has any events. We're all just chilling up on the bleachers. Someone pulls up the Fortnite live event, and we have and other swim teams like people we don't even know come up and start watching with us. We just have like a whole community, and it's awesome.
Yeah, swim is honestly one of those things of it's like, yes, we're competing.
But it's more
Yes, we're
laid
going
back.
against each other. Yes, we're trying to win. But it's also a thing of it's like, I'm not competing directly against you. Like, I'm not playing baseball. I'm not playing football. I'm not doing tennis or whatever, where I'm trying to beat you in the game. I just have to swim better than you. But it's a lot more of like mutual respect. And like, I swim at 25. My buddy next to me swims at 23. Great job to you. Sucks that I lost, but honestly, you did a lot better than me, and that's impressive.
The other great thing about swim is kind of, I mean, once again, it's back to that family thing. You just having a good time with your people. I remember, like I said, it's all within this one meet. But Dane, you know, he's up there for his heat. He's heat 7. Turns out he's actually supposed to be in heat 8. He's in the wrong lane. He dives in. Every official starts blowing their whistle. It's just like, it's crazy, and no one's stopping. They all keep swimming. Someone had to jump in and stop them.
Yeah, because I mean,
keep them from going.
He
Even-
literally did like it's 100. He did a 75. So he was like 25. 25 meters from finishing the race.
yeah, I mean, even on the football field, you know how loud it can get in the stands.
Exactly.
You don't hear anybody out there on the
exactly.
field.
When you're out there, it's all you. Like
Yeah.
you're in the zone. I mean, and that's the thing. Like you don't judge anyone for how they do because it is one of the hardest sports you will ever do. I
Yeah.
mean, not to call Hunter Kersey out, he did just a warm up and the man was dead. He was
Yeah.
dead. I mean, it's a hard
And-
event, so you give
and-
everyone their self respect in that pool. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, there's like team stuff in swim, but like wrestling and stuff, you're by yourself out there. And,
Exactly.
like, you have nobody else to blame, and I feel like That's how it is for swim too.
That's how it is for a lot of sports, except for like you as football, you're the team. I mean,
Yeah,
if you don't block right, I feel like that's on you, and that direct.
it messes up the quarterback and running back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but with swim, you're out there. I mean, if you don't flip for turn right, that's on you.
Yeah.
If your foot slips, that just happens. You got to recover from it. So it's all on you. Honestly, it's all on you.
Well, since you guys are seniors, what are some goals for the swim season?
Beat my brother.
Your brother?
I mean,
Which is hard, by the way, because he's an
Good luck.
MSL record holder. So
yeah,
that's amazing.
It's
Good
gonna be
luck.
rough, but
You can still do it.
yeah, you can't stop the grind.
Yeah.
You know?
Telling you.
Give 110% on practices, Christmas.
Yeah, like we
sweaters
say
on
at practice, 1% every day.
Mhm.
You get better 1% every day. If it's between you as a person or as an athlete, you get 1% better a day as a person, and you will just become the best person possible. So,
Mm.
but end result, obviously, we have a big thing with MSL. We have a rival. I don't even know if Taze knows it, but we just hate him for some reason.
Oh God.
It's yeah. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
I feel like it's hard to like not have a rival because then you're not fighting for anything. So we got to fight for something. So, but I mean, obviously, we're fighting for the team.
I
But
mean, even if it is like a rivalry, like Circleville, they wasn't even close to being
Yeah,
as good as
Circle-
us with football.
Circle
but
for swim
it's
is
still a
literally
great
like
game.
they had, but it doesn't matter. But I mean, for the end result, we usually try to do good at MSL,
Yeah.
and then from there we try to do good at districts. But we try to. I think this year we're trying to win the medley or trying to get first all team MSL medley. So
Yeah.
we try that every year. Hopefully, we'll get that this year. We just gotta be determined and lock in. So
Yep.
keep grinding.
All right, well, thank you, Keegan, Dirk, and Sam, for talking with us today. Good luck on your season, and check us out next time on Brave Talk. Merry Christmas.